The best bang for your buck in fitness? I got the answer, baby.
Welcome to the Ask an Fitness Show.
Hey, I'm Matt from Matt Lane Fitness. I appreciate you sliding by. This show, you ask the fitness questions and I give you the fitness answers. I don't know it all, but I've been doing this for a little while. Appreciate you sliding by. Let's dive into it. I've got a few questions and I'm excited about them. So, going back to uni, meals. And it's always funny because I always wonder who left this comment and where they at, because I'm from the States, and college is the only way it's ever been referred to. So I'm wondering if you're watching and if you've always used the term, where are you from? I know it's done in Australia and other places, but I'm not very worldly traveled. So where all is it said? Let me know. Drop it down below. So I'm heading back to uni soon, and I want some new recipe ideas to bulk make and freeze down. Meat-free options ideal, but not a must. So this is from our subreddit called Eat Cheap and Healthy. So I'm speaking to that specifically. And what you need, sir or ma'am, you need a crock pot badly. And I'm going to give you meat and non-meat options. So ground beef, especially from a financial standpoint, pretty inexpensive. Really simple to cook, holds flavor, and you can get it pretty lean or you can get it fattier depending on what you want, but you can mix that with about anything. You get some ground beef, you get some frozen veggies, throw it in there in the crock pot. If you want to add some sort of carbohydrate like a rice or even a noodle, actually the noodle would probably be a nightmare. What I would say is if you're going to do some sort of noodle, you would need a rice cooker just to make sure it's not pulverized by heat. So that would be like staples, just super simple, doesn't take a lot of time, cleanup is easy. So that's where I would lean on with that. And then I'd get myself bulk Greek yogurt and then put some frozen fruit in there. And then if you're on the go as much as you say you are, I would imagine, you didn't say that, what am I talking about? Get some plastic bags, put that in the plastic bags, put it in your little lunchbox, grab it, pierce it open on the side, and squirt it in your mouth like you're a friggin' baker. I'm telling you, convenience, inexpensive, it's got protein. I didn't give you the other option. Beans. Get yourself some red beans. Oh my gosh, it's over. It's over. If you mix that with rice, it's over. And eggs, they're crazy cheap. Eggs are crazy cheap. All right, here we go. Should I gain muscle or just lose the weight? I'm 16, 5'5", and 80 kilos, but I'm really not sure whether I should just focus on losing weight or gaining muscle, then losing it when I'm a bit older. I think I'm slightly correct in saying that being heavier makes it easier to lift heavier weights. Relatively, yeah. I mean, it's not necessarily the more you weigh, your deadlift is just going to keep going up and up, but yeah, ultimately you are supporting more weight on a daily basis, or you're requiring more of your muscles, as compared to when you drop weight, you're not requiring that much on your central nervous system and on your muscles itself. So relatively, yes, you're correct. So that's what I'm considering just focusing on. That's why I'm considering just focusing on gaining muscle, but at the same time, lifting weights while losing weight has been working. It's just that I've realized that I'm shaped pretty badly, okay? And I'm kind of hating how I look to a small degree. All right, that's a huge point there. That's a huge point. So there's no right or wrong way to go about it as far as I'm just going to focus on gaining muscle, or I'm going to lose the fat. I'm going to lose the weight first. Neither way is right or wrong to start, but it's ultimately what you want to focus on. So right there, that's a key point of you saying that you hate the way you look right now. Partially because most of the fat I have is in my stomach. Okay. So as I said, I feel like just focusing on gaining the muscle, then losing it. Just not sure what I should do. So ultimately go with your gut. But I think for people that are struggling with body issues, especially in the beginning, it's very beneficial to get yourself a win, so to speak. Now, that win may be that, the scale is dropping, or there's something different in the mirror, or, you don't have as much low back pain, or when you lay on your back, you can breathe a little better. The wins are quite subjective, and, your clothes fitting belt fitting differently, whatever. But I believe that it might be in your best interest to just shoot for a little bit of fat loss first. Reason I say is losing fat is quicker than gaining muscle in the long term. I'm a fan of doing both at the same time. So I'm a fan of you using weights to build muscle because in turn you are going to lose fat. But I question if you had the level of patience yet, and I wonder if you don't need a small win. So again, neither direction is wrong to go. But I hate it for you. I have empathy for you that you're not liking the way you look. I know what that's like. I got into fitness for a few different reasons. One of them was because of my lack of confidence. So regardless, just know that this game is peaks and valleys. You're gonna have progress and you're gonna have setbacks. That's the way it goes. That's the way it's supposed to go. So I hope that helps. Lastly, the best bang for your buck exercises. This is really fun for me because this is highly subjective as well, depending on who you are. So I'm gonna give body weight and weighted, so barbells, or I guess you could say dumbbells. So upper body push, without a doubt, the push-up is king. I mean, it works even more than the upper body, but it can't be beat as far as upper body goes. And then I would say that the barbell bench, or maybe even better, the dumbbell bench, it depends on your goals. It's just such a solid movement, and a lot of people think that that's just the chest and triceps, but there's core activation. There is your breathing technique you have to focus on. There's just so much going on with both the push-up and the bench press. They're both really big compound movements, and that's why they are the best bang for your buck. And all the ones I'm going to mention, they are the best bang for your buck because they are all compound movements. Upper body pull, zero question about this, the pull-up. It is difficult for a reason. Not a lot of people are great. If they're beginning, not a lot of people are great at it because it's really tough. I mean, you're really fighting against gravity, but it's more than just your back. You're using your forearms, you're using your shoulders, hopefully you're not using momentum. There's so much, even core activation in that as well. So that's the body weight. I would go with I want to say the row because it's an isolation movement, but I want to go best bang for your buck. We're working as many muscles as possible. I would go with the deadlift. Now, the deadlift is primarily a leg movement, but there absolutely is back movement. This is a hinging movement, and if we're not talking isolation, like a row or something like that, I'd have to go with the deadlift. I would. Lower body, without question, squats. We could say body weight squats, and I want to say weighted squats as well, but to give you a different one, I would go with lunges. Holy crap, lunges will smoke you. If you have done proper lunges, walking lunges, you know how good that movement is. Those are all compound movements. It's the most efficient use of your time. Again, they're compound. You're using so many different muscles, and you could almost get a full body movement with each of those movements. Not quite, but almost. Speaking of, if you're looking for any sort of fitness plan that's based in behavior change and science, it's exactly what I do, and it's in the description below. To the Mental Fit Mafia members and the patrons, thank you so friggin' much for being here. It means so much to me. And if you're feeling squirrely, you want your questions answered, drop it in the comments below because I really want to do that. I want to engage with you. You don't have to be perfect at this Ask ML Fit show thingy. Just be better than yesterday, every day.